Hey guys, Lori Allen here of Lori's Yoga. Today's practice is going to be a chair yoga class. So grab something comfortable, slip into something comfortable, grab yourself a chair with no arms, and let's get started. So most of the time when we start a chair yoga class, we'll do a figure eight practice with a yoga block. You can use a block, you could use anything in your hand, or you can even pretend. But whenever we practice a figure eight where we're crossing over the meridian, the midline of our body with the opposite arm, it helps to activate our parasympathetic nervous system, which is rest and digest, that relaxation response. It helps to balance the left and right hemispheres of our brain, which helps us to feel peaceful and calm. This is something that I learned when I went to a Wounded Warriors yoga training. So it can be used for somebody that has any type of an anxiety to help to use as a tool to help to feel calm. So just practicing a figure eight with anything that you want in your hand, crossing over the meridian, switching it to the opposite arm. And you can go as fast or slow as you like. So now I'm going to have a switch. I was going front to back, now I'm going back to front. Back to front. So your feet are probably wider than your hips. Just make your feet, just where it's comfortable for you. And then I'm going to have a set, whatever we were using to cross over, have us set it down. And let's come to mountain pose in our chair. So now here we are with our feet hips width apart, the outsides of our feet parallel with each other, our ankles right below our knees in line with our hips. Our shoulders stacked above our hips. Let's lift our shoulders up and back. We're letting our shoulder blades slide down our back. The crown of our head is reaching to the sky. We're pressing our sits bones down into our chair. So as we press the sits bones down and make the crown of our head reach to the sky, we're elongating our spine, creating space between each vertebrae. Focusing on our breath now, let's practice our Ujjayi breathing, inhaling and exhaling through our nose. Let's try to make our exhalation just a little bit longer than our inhalation. Centering ourselves, slowing down, coming into our yoga class. And now let's drop our chin down to our chest. So completely relaxing the back of our neck, feeling the stretch back there, feeling the stretch heading towards the upper back, feeling the stretch in the trapezius muscles. Relax. Breathe. And then we'll gently swing our chin to the left and to the right, moving as slowly as we'd like. Enjoying the stretches in the back of the neck. Focusing on our breath, breathing in and breathing out. Still pressing the sits bones down, still keeping the chest lifted. Let's draw our attention to our nose. So we're starting to swing our nose to 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock as we start to swing, our head just a little bit higher. And then let's all drop our chin down to our chest. And then take our gaze up to the sky. Slowly. Feel the stretch in the front of the neck. Breathe in. Breathe out. And let's bring our gaze forward. We're going to move into a gentle cat and cow. We'll just leave our hands right above our knees, and we're going to round our backs. Imagine there's a beach ball right here on our lap, And we're rounding over that beach ball. We're tucking our chin towards our chest. We feel the vertebrae opening up behind us towards the back of our chair. And then we'll inhale for cow, lifting our chest, pushing our chest forward. Now arching our back behind us. Breathe in. Breathe out. And now let's flow with our breath. Exhaling cat. Inhaling cow. Exhaling cat. Inhaling cow. Just keep flowing with your breath, moving and breathing at your own pace. Warming our spine. Let's start to take it a little bit bigger. We'll start to slide our hands down our shins as we round our back. Exhaling cat. Slide our hands up above our knees, lift our chest. Inhale cow. Just keep flowing with the breath. Let's practice one last set. And we'll come back to mountain pose at neutral spine. Sitting tall, pressing our sit bones into our chair, crown of our head reaching to the sky. Let's work on our feet and ankles, and let's heel toe our feet in and out. You can place your hands wherever you want to, just focusing on our feet, on our ankles, but then also on our hips, the movement in the hips, the movement in the inner and outer thighs. We want to keep our ankles moving, keep a range of motion. We need to be able to move our ankles to be able to walk. And then also think of your toes, even spreading our toes as we're practicing this. And we need to use our toes to help us keep our balance. We're going to end up with our feet wider than our hips. We're going to inhale, lift our chest, keep pressing our sit bones into our chair, and hinge forward. Keep a flat back. Press our hands into our knees, come back up. So while we're practicing this, think of lifting our pelvic floor. Think of shutting off your flow of urine as we lift the pelvic floor. Navel back to the spine. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hinge forward. Feel the stretch in your lower back. Feel the stretch in your inner thighs. Let's sit back up tall. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hinge forward. Now this is going to be a small movement. Drawing opposite shoulder to opposite knee. Stay small with this. And just keep practicing this. Flowing with our breath. Practicing a little bit of a twist right at our waist. And as we begin to practice this and start to get just a little bit bigger, we'll start to take our gaze past our shoulder. Working on the range of motion of our neck. Just think about driving. We need to be able to look behind us when we're pulling out. We need to be able to turn our head. Let's go one more time on each side. And we'll sit up tall. We're going to move into a lateral stretch, just leaning to one side and then the other. Just keep that lateral sideways stretch. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, lean to the side. And while we're practicing this, think of keeping the heart open to the sky. And as we practice this, you may find that you can come a little deeper into the poses. You want to inhale and lift in the middle. And then that lateral stretch. Okay, now Now I'm gonna have us step it up just a little bit, and let's place our right hand on our leg. So as we lean to the side, our left hand is on our hip. Our heart is open to the sky. Just pause there for a moment. Breathing in and breathing out. Notice where you feel the stretches. Like I'm feeling it all the way into the pelvic area. Okay, let's sit up tall. Right hand on our lap. Inhale, lift, exhale, lean into the side. Keeping the right hand on the hip. Keeping our heart open to the sky. Breathing in. Breathing out. Let's flow with our breath now. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lean. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lean. Just keep flowing with your breath, keeping our hand on our hip. Keeping our heart open to the sky, stacking the shoulders. Now, on this next one, we're going to start to sweep our arm up. So we inhale, lift, lean to the right. Now, if you can, sweep your left arm up to the sky, stacking the shoulders. Now, if you're taking care of that shoulder and you need to keep the hand on the hip, just keep it on the hip then. We always want to honor our body as we practice. Okay, sweep that arm down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lean into the left with the hands resting on the leg. Sweep the right arm up. Fingertips reaching to the sky. Breathe in. Breathe out. Or keeping the hand on the hip if you need to. Let's sweep that arm down. And let's switch. Sweep the left arm up. Imagine that there's a string tied to your fingertips, pulling them up to the sky. Breathe in. Breathe out. Sweep that arm down and we'll switch. Rest that hand on your leg. Sweep the right arm up. A string pulling those fingertips to the sky. Breathing in. Breathing out. Let's switch. This will be the last time on each side. Fingertips of our left hand reaching to the sky. String pulling the fingertips up. Sweep that arm down. Sweeping the right arm to the sky. Fingertips being pulled to the sky. Sweep that arm down. Let's heel toe our feet back in. Again, in and out, in and out. Notice the movement of the toes, the movement of the ankles. Feel it in your calves. It's like we're working the muscles, but stretching the opposing muscles. So we're going to come to having our feet hips width apart. And we're going to lean forward, and I'll start with my left. Rest our left arm against our thigh. Now just drop your right arm. We're going to sweep that arm straight out from the shoulder and begin to sweep it up to the sky. Now, if you have to stop right here, just stop. Honor your body. If you're not even able to bring your arm out and you need to keep your hand on your hip to take care of the shoulder, you'll practice that way and you'll just twist at your waist. So if you can, sweep that arm straight out from the shoulder. Now this base arm, we're pressing it down into our leg as we reach our arm to the sky. Think of the heart as being open to the sky. Let's sweep that arm down. Let's go again. Inhale and sweep that arm up as we twist at our waist, pressing the left arm into our legs. Sweep that arm down. Now we'll rest that arm on our legs. Now the left arm is just hanging down. We start to reach straight out from our shoulder. We stop when we need to. We may notice that one side is different than the other. I notice I can't go as far on this side. That's okay. That's okay. We're trying to balance our body. Let's sweep that arm down. Remember that if you can't sweep your arm up, you'll just keep your hand on your shoulder. Sweep that arm straight out from our shoulder, reaching the fingertips to the sky. And sweep that arm down. Let's press our hands into our legs, come back up to a seated position in mountain pose. We're gonna come into sun salutations, chair yoga sun salutations. Let's inhale and reach our arms up to the sky, salute the sun. We'll come to cactus arms or field goal arms, and then we hinge forward from our hips. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward. We're gonna twist to the right. We're gonna bring our left arm to center so we can push that arm against the inside of our leg, and we're gonna slide our right hand up our hip, stacking our shoulders, twisting out our waist. Slide that arm down. Let's twist to our left, sliding our hand up our hip, stacking our shoulders, sits bones, trying to press into our chair. Sweep that arm down. Reverse swan dive up, reach to the sky and salute the sun. Cactus arms, hinge forward. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward. Twist to the right with the hand on the hip. Sweep that arm down. Twist to the left with the hand on the hip. Sweep that arm down. Reverse swan dive up. Reach to the sky. Salute the sun. Cactus arms hinge forward. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward. This time we're going to practice it differently. We're going to sweep that arm straight out from the shoulder. So the fingertips of the right arm are reaching to the sky. We're pressing the left arm against our leg. Sweep that arm down. Switch to the other side. We twist to the left. Sweep that arm down. Reverse swan dive up. Reach to the sky. Salute the sun. Last one. Cactus arms hinge forward. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward. Twist to the right, whichever way that you want to practice. Hand on hip or arm up. Sweep that arm down. Twist to the left. Sweep that arm down. Reverse swan dive up. Reach to the sky. Pray your hands to our heart. We're going to come into spinal balance. So we'll use our hands and we'll raise our right knee up and we'll set it down. And then left knee up, set it down. So now your option, whether you want to keep using your hands or whether you just want to lift your knee yourself. So while we're practicing this, we want to keep our spine erect. We want to keep our navel back to our spine. We want to keep lifting our pelvic floor to help us sit properly. We're strengthening our core muscles right now. We're strengthening our thighs. So now as we bring our knee up, we're going to extend our legs. So right knee up, push that foot forward, knee up, set it down, left knee up, push forward, knee up, set it down. Keep lifting the pelvic floor, keep the navel back to the spine. Now this time we're going to sweep the opposite arm up. So right knee up, push, left arm up. Here we are, strengthening these core muscles, the muscles wrapped around our spine. Knee up, sweep down. Left knee up, push forward, right arm up. Feel how strong your core is holding you. Knee up, sweep down. Right knee up, push, left arm, knee up, sweep down. Left knee up, push, right arm, knee up, sweep down. We're going to go one more time on each side. Right knee up, push, left arm, knee up, sweep down. Knee up, push, opposite arm, knee up, sweep down. So now to stretch that out, we're going to practice windshield wipers. Just hold onto your chair and just kind of turn left to right. So as we begin to practice this, I know I have some of my students that need to stay real small with this. If you can get bigger with it, you're really pushing your hips forward, dropping that knee down, getting the stretch in the hips and in the pelvic area and your quad, your top of your thigh. Now I'm going to have us all turn to our right, hold on to your chair so you don't fall out of it, our right knee and foot pointing to the right. We're dropping our left knee down. Drop your knee and try to bring it behind your hip. You'll notice that our shoulders and our hips are pointing to the right. still holding onto our chair. Let's inhale and sweep the left arm up. Our fingertips reaching to the sky, breathing in, breathing out, practicing a high lunge in our chair, or sometimes we call it a warrior one, but yet our back heel is not down, so it's more like a high lunge. So let's sweep that arm down, and let's switch to the other side. Hold on to your chair, gather your legs together, switch. Hold on to the chair, the left knee and foot pointing to the left, and then dropping the right knee down, maybe sliding that knee a bit behind the hip. Our shoulders and our hip pointers are pointing to the left. Let's reach towards each other. Reach to the sky. Breathe in. Breathe out. And sweep that arm down. Let's switch to the other side. Drop the left knee down. Maybe noticing that you're able to slide that knee back a little farther. You know, when we practice the second time around, muscle memory kicks in. Let's reach towards each other. Reach to the sky. And now let's reach with our arm over our ear. Feel the stretch in the lower abdominal muscles. And in the hip, we're catching the psoas right there. Sweep that arm down. Switch to the other side. Drop the right knee down. Knee behind the hip. Reach towards each other. To the sky. Arm over our ear. Breathe in. And breathe out. Let's sweep that arm down. So let's come back to mountain pose. We're going to finish this class with a few stretches. So let's sit on the very edge of our chair and let's extend our right leg. We'll flex that foot. So hold on to your chair. We'll inhale, lift our chest. Exhale, hinge forward from the hip. We're drawing our belly towards our thigh and our heart towards our knee. Just lean as far forward as is comfortable to you, but feel the stretch in the back of your leg, the hamstrings, the back of the calf. And as we flex that foot, we feel the stretch in our foot. Just stay here and breathe. Use the muscles in our back to sit up tall. Slide that foot in and extend the left leg out, flexing the foot. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hinge forward from the hip. Our belly reaching to our thigh and our heart reaching towards our knee. Breathe in. Breathe out. Use the muscles in our back to sit up tall. Slide that foot in. We'll go one more time. Slide the right leg out. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hinge forward. You might find that you need to adjust as the back of your leg is hitting against the seat of the chair. Get a little extra flex of your foot. Breathe. Keep a flat back. We don't want to round our back, but even feel the stretch in your lower back. Use the muscles in our back to sit up tall and slide that foot in. Extend the left leg out. Foot is flexed. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Hinge forward. Drawing our heart towards our knee. Breathing in. Breathing out. Sitting up tall. Slide that leg in. Now, if you can, bring your right ankle up to the top of your thigh. If you can't, just lift your knee up and cross your ankle over the opposite ankle. We're going to catch the psoas a bit and catch the IT band. So just sitting tall, and you'll notice how tight mine is right now. My knee is really high. In this pose, we're supposed to be flat. My knee should be, like my shin should be horizontal, but it's not, and that's okay. That's the perfect thing about yoga, is that every day with yoga practice is different. We're not trying to be perfect or force anything, but it's a yoga practice where we're trying to build strength and we're trying to gain flexibility. So just pause here for a moment, pressing the sits bones into the earth, relaxing that thigh. Let that IT band stretch. Inhale, lift, exhale, hinge forward. So either your ankle is up on your knee or your ankle is down at your other ankle and you're hinging forward here. You're still feeling a bit of a stretch, but yet you're honoring your body. Okay, let's sit up tall and let's go to the other side. Left knee up, ankle over the knee, just sitting tall. And if it's not over the knee, it's over the opposite ankle. Pressing our sits bones into our chair, relaxing that IT band, the outside of the leg. Inhale, lift, exhale, hinge forward. We're catching the piriformis muscle now deep within the gluteal muscles. We're keeping a flat back. Doesn't matter if our nose touches our shin, but you notice that when you keep a flat back, the stretch is more intense. Okay, let's sit up tall and let's go again. Set that foot down, right knee up, cross it over. Maybe notice it's a little bit easier this second time around. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's inhale, lift, exhale, hinge forward. It's a wonderful stretch. Breathing in, breathing out. Sit up tall, release that foot down. Gather the left knee up. Cross the ankle, over the knee or the other ankle. Inhale, lift, exhale, hinge forward. Oh, what a much needed stretch. Use the muscles on our back to sit up tall and release that foot down. As we come into Shavasana, sitting in a chair or final relaxation, just slide back a bit, but yet don't slouch back. Slide back and get comfortable. You might even be leaning in your chair if you'd like, or you're still sitting tall. But notice your sits bones pressing into your chair. We're feeling rooted and grounded. Feel the bottoms of your feet touching the earth. And as we draw our attention to the bottoms of our feet, you might even have a little tingly feeling in the bottoms of them. Feel the palms of your hands resting on your legs. We're making the crown of our head reach to the sky. Still elongating the spine, even though we feel a bit more comfortable now. We're feeling at ease. We're feeling peace. We're feeling calm. Our muscles relaxing, melting into our chair. Just feel yourself letting go. We're listening and feeling our bodies breathe themselves. Now stay here as long as you'd like. Maybe you'd even like to pause this and stay here for like a good 5 or 10 minutes. Stay here as long as you'd like. But when we're ready to come out of class, we'll come more to the edge of our chair. And let's begin to lick our lips. We start to wake ourselves up. Let's wiggle our fingers and our toes. And let's inhale and reach our arms up to the sky. Let's bring our thumbs to our third eye, our thoughts. our intuitions. To our lips, we're thinking of the words that pass our lips. And then to our heart, the light in me honors and respects the light in each one of you. Namaste. You guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for joining class today.